I've noticed that whenever you're trying to achieve something out of the ordinary, there will always be some hater or somebody that disagrees with what you're doing or just tries to ruin your vibe or try to put you down in every aspect of whatever you're doing. Example is, if you want to start a YouTube channel, I've noticed that, a majority of the time I'm getting very positive comments about my videos. People really appreciate the content of my videos. But then after maybe 10 comments, there's one comment. For every 10 comments, there's one comment where someone just says something mean. And I've noticed that it gets to my head, and I have the urge to react, to defend myself, or to say something. But then I realize that that's such a waste of time, and I also realize that not everyone's gonna be on the same page as you. Not everyone's gonna like what you do. Not everyone is gonna like you. In the cyber world and in the real world, it's the same thing. It's just that in the cyber world, it's much easier for people to say mean things behind the screen and not say it to her face. And it's easier for them to state their own opinions because, no one's gonna rebel against their opinions. Well, maybe they would online, but they don't have to see that person. They can delete the comment. And that's usually what I do. If I see a negative comment, I just, I don't even bother reacting to it. I just delete the comment. I move on with the rest of my day. But it's I've come to understand that if you're doing something that's big, or something that's not out of something that's out of the social norm of society, you're gonna deal with resistance, or you're gonna deal with people who are gonna be unhappy about what you're doing. They'll find some sort of flaw in something that you said, and then they'll attack you. They'll use it against you. Or some people just are bored and they just want to find someone to argue with. Don't give them that benefit. Just ignore it and just continue doing your thing, because I've noticed that it does get to your head after a while, right? When people say mean things and in person and online, it does get to one's head after a while. But it's important to stay mentally strong. Don't take it personal. Just keep doing what you're doing. And remember that there are more good people that appreciate your work more than the people who don't appreciate what you're posting or whatever content you're posting online, or whatever you're doing in life for that matter. Because there will always be somebody that appreciates, or somebody that likes you for who you are, or somebody that will actually learn something from you or feel inspired from you. There will always be someone like that. And on the other side, there will always be people that will not like you. And no matter how much you try, people will just find a reason to hate you. You could be the most lovable person, you could be the most likable person, in the sense that you're the nicest person, you're the kindest person. And I think some people, when they see people like that, it's they wonder, they're yo, what, there has to be something wrong with this guy. I know I'm gonna find a flaw with this guy because no one's perfect, because I'm not perfect. They look at you as competition, they look at you as in a sense of jealousy, and they kind of people who comment mean things to you, people who say mean things to you online and even in person, they're dealing with something, bro. If you look at it from that perspective, they're dealing with some sort of problems in their life, and they're just lashing it out on other people. Just think about it. These people online, they don't even know who you are, and they only watch a tad bit of content of a certain video that you posted. But that is not a general representation of who you are. Think about that. They're just finding little micro-decimal things that could just trigger them, and then they post on online. They post like comments about you to your videos, just so they can feel a little bit better about themselves. But I'm telling you, those people are having some own issues of their own. That's why they're making those comments. And in real life, when somebody comes up to you and says mean things or insults you in public, say if it's a stranger, right? F you. What the hell? I was in line first, you ass. Like, whatever. There's absolutely no point in just reacting with emotion, because you never know. That person may be having a very stressful day. They may be having a very bad day. They may have lost their job. Their kids may be treating them like shit. They may have, like, you know, a bad relationship with themselves. And like I said, when people lash out on you randomly, it's not a personal attack. A majority of the time, it's not a personal attack. It's something that they're dealing with. So if you're gonna get offended by that and react to that, it's very illogical. It's very irrational to do. And people who hate on you, a lot of people online, I'm sorry, not in real life, you may have groups of people, haters, that just hate on you. The more you grow as a person, because that's content. That's content for them. Content gets audience, gets views, right? So people will always find ways to make you look, to put you down. It doesn't matter how lovable you are. There will always be people out there who will try to take you down. So you gotta guard yourself, man. You gotta guard your heart. You gotta guard your mind. You gotta guard all that stuff. And you can't, and just don't let that stuff get to your head, because it's not, don't take it so seriously.